Mick Jagger is now over 80, and following the devastating loss of his longtime peer and fellow rock legend Ozzy Osbourne, the way he lives today is so deeply sad it breaks the hearts of even the most hardened fans. Once the epitome of rock and roll rebellion, with a swagger that could electrify stadiums and a voice that defined generations, Jagger now moves through life with a quiet solemnity that is a far cry from the vibrant, wild energy that made him a global icon. For decades, Mick and Ozzy, while musically distinct, shared a parallel journey, survivors of a tumultuous era, titans of excess, and unwavering soldiers of sound who defied time, tragedy, and expectation. Ozzy's recent passing left Mick visibly shaken, not just because of their intertwined legacies, but because it forced him to confront the ever-narrowing road ahead. Friends say that since Ozzy's death, Mick has become increasingly introspective, spending long hours alone in his estate, often reflecting on the memories that now feel like distant echoes. The man who once danced under pyrotechnics and led the Rolling Stones with untouchable charisma now spends evenings in near silence, flipping through old photos and journals, his face lined with both wisdom and mourning. The stage that once brought him to life now feels like a haunting reminder of those he's lost: Charlie Watts, David Bowie, and now Ozzy, giants who once stood beside him and now exist only in memory. While Mick still tours on occasion, those performances now carry a weight of nostalgia, not celebration. His voice, though still powerful, often quivers in private rehearsals, not from age alone, but from the emotional burden of outliving so many of his comrades. He's spoken privately about survivor's guilt, about the strange loneliness of being one of the last icons of an era that once roared with life and now whispers in the shadows. Close confidants describe him as warm but distant, present but melancholic, surrounded by luxury, yet haunted by a profound emotional emptiness that no number of fans or accolades can fill. He no longer parties into the early morning hours or hosts legendary gatherings. Instead, his nights are filled with quiet walks, soft jazz, and reflections on what could have been if time hadn't stolen so many dear friends. Mick Jagger, the man who once seemed immortal, now walks like someone who knows just how fragile life truly is. And though he continues to push forward, a part of him faded with Ozzy's death. A reminder that even the loudest voices in rock must someday fall silent. It's not the absence of music that makes his current life so heartbreaking, it's the absence of those who once made that music matter. His is a house filled with echoes, and his days are spent tracing memories that even fame can't preserve forever. At over 80, Mick Jagger lives with the weight of legends lost and a soul that, though still burning, flickers with a sadness only time and loss can create.